Hi, I'm Keith Varnum. It is now exactly 9:21 in the morning. Do you know where your passion is? You know, most of my life, I really realized I was looking for passion. I could say I was looking for my life purpose, but what I was really looking for was some excitement, something to get out of bed for. And what I used to tell people for many, many years was, you know, my get up and go, got up and went. Because I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the excitement for life. Nothing was that exhilarating anymore. When I was a kid, I had passion. I had joy. I had excitement for practically everything. I would jump out of bed at the first moment that the sun came up, and I'd be going all day until I collapsed late at night. So my whole life I've been asking to have that energy back. And very recently, I finally did open that vault of inner resources. And I used open-ended questions, which is what we're going to play with on this video and what we're going to play with in my new play shop. Passion, play, and the power of possibility. Open-ended questions that simply by asking them of the universe from the heart, you open to the possibility of new adventure, new excitement, new energy, new passion in life. So you can take this play shop right now by playing along and feeling with this video, dropping into your heart as I ask the questions after every so often I'll ask you some open-ended questions. So you can do this new play shop as a video right now or replay it later. Or you can call me up and we can do it over the phone with matrix energetics and coaching. But basically I'd be presenting this workshop over the phone or Skype, or call me up in person. Or I might be coming to a town near you and presenting this play shop as a 3-day experience. So you can go to my website, thedream.com, and just click on events at the top of the page, and you can see when this workshop is coming to your town. The first way that I'd like to play with this is to talk about laughter, love, and the way home. Because to me, play and laughter opens your heart, therefore you open to love, and then you're home. It's really very, very simple. And you know, all the open-hearted people on this planet, in ancient civilizations as well as in native indigenous tribes, in China, especially in Japan, they've held on to this awareness even longer. But any open-hearted, childlike person views dragons as a force of nature. So I've called this particular section Passion and the Return of the Dragon. The Return of the Heart Dragon. Passion and the Return of the Heart Dragon. Now, two ancient peoples, as well as native indigenous people, and especially those, as I said, in China and Japan and Korea, they have held on to the memory, and sometimes even the current experience, that the dragon represents the life force of nature, of God, of life itself, the life essence. You could also say it's Pan or Pele or other names for various gods or various aspects of elements of nature. You could call it the wind, the water. And all of these are dragons. The dragon of the sea, Neptune. The dragon of the sky, eagles. The dragon of the heart, love, compassion, passion itself. So we'll play with various shaman games, exercises, and processes on this video as well as in the play shop, on the phone or in person. We'll play with ways to open the heart again and to ask these questions that open the possibility to feel the dragons of life, to let in, to tap into that energy, that freewheeling, open, infinite, playful, creative power of the dragon. we'll particularly drop into tapping into the dragon of love, growth, and play. Because these are the dragons that bring us back to life. Along the way, we will choose the hero's path. We're actually all on a hero's path. We just might not know it. The soul knows it. The soul has set us on a hero's path. And we're the hero of our own path. We're the hero of our own story. And so these questions and the games we'll play will help you to open to the experience that you are a hero, that you've already won, and that you're on a hero's adventure, which a hero takes willingly, voluntarily, jumps out of bed with excitement every day because a hero knows this is going to be victorious. Each moment is victorious because I wrote the script. I'm in charge of my own story, my own adventure. And along the way, to help, if we should enter into the shadows of doubt, along the way we will learn how to embrace the gift of grace. The gift of grace. Now, grace to me is that form of love or life, or you could say the dragon of love is grace. Grace is that energy that can transform any situation, even when outright love doesn't seem to be doing the trick. Even when someone's closed to love, or doesn't recognize love, or is afraid of love, and a lot of us are. Grace has a way to work her way into our heart, into our lives. That's why we call it graceful, because grace has unique and inventive ways of reconnecting us with the dragon of aliveness, the dragon of compassion for ourselves, for life. So we'll open to being able to receive and use and play with and share with others the gift of grace. And along the way, of course, you will heal and revitalize your body. And we'll also teach you to tap into what I call the wizard's key. The wizard's key to open up happiness, the portal of happiness. And this wisdom key, it's not a thing, it's not a process, it's not a technique, it's not a formula. It is a place, in a sense, it's a state of being. It's a way of playing with life. That's the key, the wizard's key. And then finally, as we do all this, answer these questions, we'll start to regain, each of us in our own way will start to regain boundless energy, enthusiasm, and excitement for life. Enthusiasm, the word after all, comes from enthusiasm. Theo, God. It means enthusiasm is to tap in to the energy of God within everything. The dragon of God, the essence of God, the excitement, the aliveness of God. And now if you like to relax, drop into your heart, open your heart. You might roll your eyes back to the back of your head, drop your awareness down your neck into your heart. You might put your hand over your heart and then roll your eyes back, roll your awareness back, and send your awareness down your neck into your heart, into your hand. And then asking yourself, if you knew a way to awaken from your programming, your conditioning, if you knew a way to awaken, what would you do? If you notice something in your life, if you notice something right now that would awaken you from your conditioning, what would it be? Now these are open-ended questions, and you're really asking them to your heart, to your intuition, to the universe, to your higher self, to God. You don't have to come up with an answer. Just the fact that you're asking them, it's a form of prayer. It's a form of setting an intention and then letting it go, turning it over to God, to the universe, to provide an answer. And then as you ask these questions, you let go of even looking for an outcome or a response. You just know. You drop into that knowing in the heart that the universe will guide you through signs, synchronicities, and all the other ways that you allow yourself to be guided by Spirit, that the universe Spirit will guide you to experience what you're asking for in these prayers, in these questions. It might happen today, it might happen the next few days. Usually it only takes a few days or a week or so. So another thing you can ask yourself is, if you notice something that would snap you out of the trance that you're in, what would it be? There's a great scene in a Cher movie called Moonstruck, where at one point the person that boy that she went out with is just all caught up in all kinds of programming, conditioning, and feelings about love and marriage and betrayal. And it's getting in the way of them having a good time. It's getting in the way of them connecting heart to heart. And so Cher just slaps him and says, "Wake up, snap out of it." So if you knew a way to snap out of collective consciousness, to snap out of the hypnotic trance that you're in right now, what would you do? What would you notice? If you knew a way to get yourself outside your box, to get outside of your old paradigm, if you notice something that would help you get outside the box in any situation or right at this moment, if you notice something that would help you to be free of your past experience, what would you notice? What would grab your attention? It might be something internally, it might be something externally. Just play with it. Notice what you notice. Allow whatever happens to happen. If you notice something now or later today, if you notice something that would break the spell, awaken you from your deep sleep, unconsciousness, if you knew something that would break the spell, what would it be? If you knew something that would free you from your regular limited routine of life, if you knew something that would free you from that regular routine, what would you notice? What would you notice? The second part of this play shop, I'm calling the prosperity of play and how to connect with the angels of grace. Why the angels of grace? Because the angels of grace are the thought forms, the morphic fields, the forces of nature that have learned how to playfully, gracefully shift us from seriousness and problems and stuckness into a state of grace, into a state of flow. There's an angel assigned to each of us, angels. For some of us, there's a whole squadron, if not a battalion of angels. And there's an angel for every human need and desire. There's the angel of abundance, the angel of creativity, the angel of play, the angel of knitting, the angel of yoga, the angel of football, the angel of skydiving. There's an angel for every activity, every human endeavor, every need or desire that you might have. You could think of or conceive of an angel as a thought form or as a morphic field of experience and energy, a field of energy that other people have experienced around a certain topic or a certain activity, and you can tap into that field of success or ease or abundance. So however it works within your paradigm to view an angel, you could also consider an angel a dragon, a force of nature, an element. However you can view an angel, work with that, play with that. But the purpose of calling upon these dragons or angels or thought forms or morphic fields of abundance, of universal supply, is so that that universal support can come in to your life immediately to help you, to make life more fun. And play is very much the way you can tap into and invite these angels. Because when you play with the universe plays back. When you are in a playful place and you're playing with a situation, the angels are there in that playful place, in that vibration, in that frequency. And so they're naturally there to assist you, to play with the outcome, to play with obstacles. I can give you some examples from my own life. When I was in my early 20s, I found myself ascending to the manager of a natural food store, a big natural food store in Boston. And I really just wanted to keep unloading trucks and being a simple worker, because I was new to life, to working, to the business world and all, but I got asked to take the job of being the manager of this huge store. And it was quite an emotional burden for me. I really wasn't ready for it psychologically. And every day people would come to the back and tell me that they had a problem. And my father used that word all the time, and my mother. Everything was a problem, and it was heavy, and it was serious, and I just couldn't take it. So at one point, from somewhere, I got the idea to ban the word problem. You know, Boston's famous for banning plays, banning books in the old days, the Puritan old days. And so I got the idea, well, we're in Boston, I'll just ban the word problem. Then I won't have to hear it all day. So instead, I told the whole staff that if they have a situation that they're not able to deal with and they need to come back and ask me for assistance, they needed to use the word situation. Something light, easy, neutral, generic. So instead, all day they come back and say, well, we have a situation at the front register. We have a situation with the cooler not working. And that was okay. They felt I was crazy. They thought it was dumb. But I was the manager, and I needed that psychologically to not get all heavied out. So I'll tell you when it really paid off, and I saw the power of it, was one evening I was in the back office, and 3 or 4 employees came back, very, very serious, very uptight. And they said, Keith, we have a situation up front. And they were so serious that I felt the desire to lift their spirits, to shift them out of that energy. And so on the way up to the front to see what this, really heavy, serious situation was, I started playing with the idea, the word situation. And I said, oh, you have a situation. Oh, we have a situation, what could it be? And I made up a song, a little limerick, a riddle on the way up. I was singing. By the time I got to the front of the store, I was skipping and dancing. And then I arrived to discover that the situation, problem, was 2 gunmen, each 2 men with guns who were robbing us. And then what happened was, me coming on the scene, skipping and dancing and singing this tune about situations was so outside the box, it just blew the minds of the robbers, and they immediately dropped their guns and ran out of the store. And then I realized that's the power of play. That's the power of being in a higher vibration. And that's what these questions do, is help you to shift into that vibration of play, fun. And if you play with the universe becomes flexible and fluid and playful. The angels of grace, the angels of play, the angels of abundance and flow come in to play with you. Now that store, by the way, after that event with the robbers, I decided that everything we did had to be within the vibration or energy of play. I said, make every activity in the store fun. If it's not fun, don't do it. Come back to me. I'll help you find a way to unload the truck or to stock the vegetables or whatever you need to do. We'll find a way together to do that activity in a fun way. So it was quite challenging, but eventually we unloaded the truck singing a song. We became like the 7 dwarfs unloading the truck. We started interviewing our customers just for fun. We started dancing with our customers. We started singing songs when we had to restock the store, and it did become very fun. And coincidentally, the sales tripled in the store. We had 3 times the number of people in the store, and we had 3 times the income and the profit at the end of the month. So play does lead to prosperity. So let me ask you some questions that'll help you make that shift from seriousness, heaviness, problem, to the lighter, more flowing, angels of grace, angels of play, angels of prosperity. So if you would, maybe put your hand on your heart, and this is to allow your awareness to go to the heart, the intuition, the knowing, that chakra of compassion, wisdom. And if you would, allow your chest, your soul, your chest to feel the heat of your hand, or the electricity or energy of the palm of your hand. Allow yourself to feel that on your chest. The heat, the electricity, the tingling or pressure of your hand. And then allow your hand to feel the heat, or the pressure, the tingling, the electricity of your chest. And then just let go into that sensation. Allow yourself to feel that connection between the hand and your chest, and drop into that feeling of connection. And then let go, and just allow whatever response comes to these questions. Just let it take you on a little journey, let it open you. And if you don't get anything, that's fine too, because you've still made the request. You've still sent the prayer to heaven. You've still set your intention. And the universe, God, always answers our prayers. So the first question is, if your attention were to go to something that makes you happy, where would your attention go? If you notice something right now that would lead you to joy, if you notice something that would open a door to joy, what would it be? Then let go and notice whatever you notice. Feel, sense, internally, externally. And just to let it all go. You might get memories, pictures, sensations, colors, just thoughts. Let every reaction come, response come, and then let it go. Another good question. If you could see or feel a portal to another level of consciousness, if you could see or feel a portal to another level of consciousness, where would you look? Let go and see where your attention goes. Where would you look? If you could feel or sense an opening to another dimension of awareness, if you could feel or sense an opening to another dimension of awareness, what would you do? How would you do that? What would you notice? If you could sense right now, if you did sense right now a portal to another level of happiness, if your attention were drawn to a portal or some place or feeling or sensation that would open you to happiness right now, where would your attention be drawn? Let go and find out. Where would your attention be drawn? And if you were to let go right now, how would you feel? If you were to let in play and the prosperity that comes with it, if you were to let in right now the power of play, the angel of prosperity, what would your life be like? How would your life be different? Notice whatever you notice. Just let go. Allow, experience, let go. Hi. This next section of this video play shop, I'd like to call the power of possibility, or shape-shifting, the ultimate magic. What do I mean by shape-shifting? Well, shape-shifting is simply a shaman or wizard way of shifting your shape, changing your form, shifting or changing the way you're perceived by yourself, by other people. changing their perception, changing your own perception of what reality is, of who you are. And merely at the drop of a hat, you can change your persona. You can change your environment. You can change your whole paradigm at the drop of a hat. You can enter a world of magic. You can enter a world of magical probability. You know, I used to talk a lot about possibility. What I really love talking about now is probability. Because when you go to your heart and play from your inner child, using the wisdom of your intuition, your higher self, it's not just possible your life is going to get more fun and better and more prosperous. It's probable. It's not just possible, it's probable. In fact, it's inevitable. And that's what we play with in this play shop, is the inevitability of play, how it takes you to passion, flexibility, fluidity. And when your universe is more fluid and flexible, every problem turns into a flowing situation. And since you're in the field of the heart, that place of harmony and joy and fulfillment, and the wisdom to know what to do and how to bring that fulfillment, since you're playing in that space, it's inevitable that things are going to get better, that things are going to go toward harmony and toward abundance. As you play in this way, you begin to live in a way that you're in a miracle-friendly lifestyle. You're in a miracle-friendly paradigm. And your friends and your relationships and your place of business or of earning a living, as well as your home, turn into playgrounds for magic. They become miracle-friendly environments in which miracles are not just possible, but they're probable, they're actually inevitable. And so we'll play in that space. And in this space, your life becomes a joyous adventure. And in this space, you begin to attract genuine, heartfelt, lasting relationships. If you could free yourself right now to be more creative and playful, what would your life be like? How would you live your life? And how would you feel? Some other fun, effective questions you could ask yourself, dropping into the heart, being in that heartful place, that open place of the child, innocent, without expectation, without agenda, without belief, just willing to entertain any reality, just be willing to witness and notice and enjoy anything that happens, anything that comes into your awareness. Asking yourself, if you knew where to look for an opening to another dimension, where would you look? If you knew how to shift into a more useful parallel lifetime, how would you do it? If you knew right now how to open into a broader scope of awareness, to view your life from a higher or wider perspective, if you knew how to do that, how would you do it? If you knew how to find a portal to oneness right now, connectedness, grace, if you knew how to find a portal to oneness right now, where would your attention go? What would grab your attention? Just let go and notice. Let go and allow whatever happens to happen. And if you knew how to connect with a parallel universe that would be helpful to connect with right now, what would you do? If you knew how to connect with a reality, a paradigm, a point of view that would be really useful to attract what you want to attract in life, how would you do it? If you knew how to connect with a more powerful, playful, prosperous universe, paradigm, how would you do it? Where would your attention go? Just let go. Allow whatever happens to happen. Enjoy. Appreciate. Allow. Let go.